When it comes to sun mapping your garden, there are many approaches discussed online. These include taking photos of your garden every few hours, sketching the shadows in your garden on a piece of paper, dividing your garden into a grid and then recording the sunlight data in a spreadsheet, or using trigonometry to calculate the shading. All these approaches are labor intensive and must be repeated for each day of the year, but there's a simpler way. Type shademap.app into your browser and press go. Shademap can simulate shading in your yard for any day of the year. Simply find your property on the map and use the time slider at the bottom of the screen to adjust the time. You can see which way the shadows are cast throughout the day. Want to check the shading for next month? Click the date and the slider displays the days of the year. By default, the map only simulates shading from buildings and hills, but if trees play a big role in your yard, you can purchase premium surface data that not only includes vegetation, but more accurate building models as well. Here is a sample of some premium surface data. Many plants require a specific amount of sun described as full sun, partial shade, and shade. These descriptions usually correspond to the number of hours of direct sunlight a plant needs each day. If you want to know how many hours of sunlight your yard receives on a given day, switch to the hours of sunlight layer. Now you can mouse over and see precisely how many hours of sunlight each part of your yard will get. You can also change the date and time to something like the solstice, when you will likely have a lot more sun in your yard. And finally, you may be interested in how much sun a certain location gets over the course of an entire year. You can do this by switching to annual sunlight. The annual sunlight chart is a day-by-day visualization of direct sunlight for a specific location. Here across the bottom, you can see the various months of the year, and on the y-axis, you have the time of day. And you can see when this chart is black, it means there is no direct sunlight in this location. And when the chart is in color, it means that location is now in direct sunlight. As you move the map, this chart will regenerate for the specific location indicated by the pin.